I'm going to ask a question which both of you will react. But before I even get to that question, I want to look at something. There's a write-up I saw on one platform where I was added recently um, by someone, and Akosong Raymond seemed to be in that forum. I think there are journalists in the Cameroons generally are part of this forum, and this write-up claims something, and the claim of this should be a protagonist of Chuayaba. The claim is to try to present Mr. Chuayaba as a liberator. And so the write-up does a comparison, a contrast between the Cho Ayaba purported liberator and political revolutionaries, probably talking to us. And this person writes, I read very quickly. I will make this short. You, Sikh, that is the commander-in-chief, prepared to liberate the people of Ambazonia from the colonial hook of La République du Cameroon, while many joined the cause haphazardly. You define the path to self-defense. They copied and truncated it. That's the person's claim. You built the self-defense tactics. They stifled it. You conceptualized diplomacy. They sabotaged it. You explained the need to build capacity at all spectrums. They blackmailed you. You coined liberation dictions and statements. They copied and owned them. This is preposterous. Now, to justify their alliance with IPOP, this is what this person have to say. Say, now, you have gotten for your people the first recognition from the most powerful nation, a paradox, in Black Africa, Biafra. So this person tries to hype Biafra as a nation. That in itself has legitimacy to argue. It says, dollars criticize you without pondering. And this is what this person is saying. He's saying Biafra is the wealthiest black nation in this up. Could that be true? That is definitely not true because Ambazonia is the wealthiest black nation. Biafra may be the Biafran people or the Igbos might be the most populated people. Ambazonians get it straight today. Ambazonia is wealthier than Igbo, than the Biafrans.
Correct.
Now, this is also saying that Mnamdi Kanu is followed by 40 billion believers in his cause. That could be true because the Nigeria as a whole is highly populated. That's factual. But talking about now, he mentions the fact that there are 37 or 37,000 foot soldiers loyal to what the Biafran army. Now, I want to ask this question, but before I ask it, I want to make this commentary. The 37,000 foot soldiers in the general spectrum of Nigeria or their quest for maybe to separate from the nation of Nigeria has not created impact within the nation of Nigeria like Ambazonia has done for the past 6 to 7 years. Ambazonia had it recorded in 2018, 2019, more than our population is not even up to 50% of Biafra. But we had volunteers with sticks and knives and now weapons, at least 50% of 37,000. So the rationality behind this is funny to me. But I want to ask you, and I want the both of you to react to this. Could it be of any importance, like you said, Barrister Fru, for us to consider any form of relationship with these Biafran separatists, considering the fact that any unrest in eastern Nigeria where the Biafrans are, which is the hub of the Biafran movement, could directly and indirectly affect us? This is technical,
My
and I'd like
answer
the both
is
of you.
my answer is a big no for now.
Okay.
Because if we say and we know that we are a sovereign people, we attain independence at one time or the other. We were granted independence at one time or the other. We should not associate with any group, any secessionist group in any country in the world. Talk less of Nigeria. Biafra starts a war in Nigeria. It's partially our problem because they are with the boundary with us because we will receive refugees, just like part of eastern Nigeria is receiving our refugees. But politically speaking and diplomatically, it is suicidal for us to think that we can associate with the secessionist group in Nigeria or elsewhere. What do we stand to gain? Right now, we are seeking for recognition from independent countries in the world. And I must add that Nigeria is one of the most important nations that we need to seek recognition from. In spite of all what is different leaders have done against or for us, we have to continue to work to make sure that Nigeria is one of those that gives us recognition. And if we go into Nigeria and try associating with any secessionist group in Nigeria, be it IPOP or be it what, it defeats the purpose for which we exist. So my answer would be a big no for now. I say for now because the world is evolving. You don't know what is
Yeah.
what is in store tomorrow.
And like President Sako said, our friends of today might not necessarily be our
May
friends
be
of
our
tomorrow.
enemies of tomorrow, or our enemies of tomorrow may be our friends of today. That's it.
So, as per the now, any alliance with a Biafra is
Or
strategically
any secessionist group around the world is not to our
yes.
interest.
Barrister Mesa, please.
Let me start from where Matanso started. Look, let us look at what happened in Helsinki. If whatever thing we were standing there was with representatives of Nnamdi Kanu, diplomatically it will not be a new agreement because they already have an agreement. They were meeting there to review the progress of the agreement. So it will not be something new for them to sign another new agreement with somebody else. So I doubt if that guy who went to Helsinki represents Nnamdi Kanu's own faction of the struggle. Point two, see, the name Biafra was first surfaced in 1967 during what they called the Nigerian Biafra War. Biafra at the time referred to the whole of eastern Nigeria. That today has become several other states. The Ebos that championed the Biafran revolution, having reduced to a single state of the 36 or how many in Nigeria, Anambra, they don't even share any border with Ambazonia. Nowhere. They're not even our neighbors. So, where they are boiling there and dying there, it will become a little bit difficult for us to cooperate with them, to work with them for anything's sake. Analysts that I've seen from other sources even doubt if a state of Biafra would survive if it were granted. Because the present dispensation leaves Anambra, Imo, they don't have access to the sea. They are good traders, they make making money from their selling clothes and so on and so on. They have no access to the sea. Who believes that the new Biafra would include the Cross River State that borders us to the west? Calabar. He will never include them.
No.
And so we have not stake with a future Biafra. If they become independent, so be it. We can create diplomatic relations with them. Just like we'll create with Zambia or any other country in the world. But it's not because we will depend so much on them for anything. Neither
For
will they depend on
liberation.
us. Yeah,
Because the
because
supposed liberator of Norway is trying to hype himself to
yes,
make the
because
world think that is
the
a
neighbors,
rational approach.
the neighbors of President Biafra, President 2023 Biafra, are so hostile to the idea of a Biafra in quote brackets and Igbo state. Because it is this nonsense of Igbo and Biafra that led to the 1967 Civil War. The first coup. And so people in Nigeria who are directly affected have not forgotten that history. But that is not our problem. Our problem is the future Biafra is not of importance to us. For even the future Biafra, we still have Nigeria, the other parts of Nigeria, as their neighbors. And that federal part of Nigeria, which will be their neighbors, is what we are concerned with, as Basanso says. We deal with the federal government of Nigeria because all the federal government should deal with foreign policy, not the government of Enugu, not the government of, I don't know how they call this state. Yeah, no. Our concern is the federal government of Nigeria. And so, Namdi Kano, Helsinki Agreement is of no relevance to us. They are a distraction, I say again. It's a pure distraction. So Ayaba is just seeking relevance. The journalists who write that thing there, they're seeking relevance. Everybody wants to be relevant for the world to think, for Ambazonians in particular, and the world at large. You know, they are doing something. They are fighting. Oh, there's war in Cameroon. So Ayaba is also there. AGOFC is also there. But they have so much painted themselves black that it will be so difficult for them to get out of the mess. They cannot efface all the audios of Avotanku that was calling our people and the better to run to DDR. They cannot efface all what Capo Daniel, their spokesman, has said on video. They cannot do it. So how do they reconcile this in the future of Ambazonia? The future for them, as far as Ambazonia is concerned, is so bleak. Yaoundé knows that. Yaoundé knows how to deal with imposters. As soon as the thing is over, they will dump you. They will dump you. And they have dumped many others before him. Let your Ayaba go back home and we'll see. If they will not arrest him, since they've been pretending to be his friends, they will pick him up. When the number is left us and when they told us they were going to heaven, what happened to Nkongo success? He's supposed to be a pastor in Nigeria. Scheming for money. Remember, I don't know how many of us remember. When they adopted Sissoko, the first suspect was Nkongo success. And what was his excuse? No, he had just be a church in Lagos. He had gone to Liberia and preached and gotten some money to build a church. And where? History has proven that he was a thief. He's still a thief. Just trying to get money. So history has only so much to hide. Ayaba can only do propaganda for as long as it is possible. The days are dawning on our people that this man is a monster. Those who follow him are monsters like him. You don't need to go anywhere else again. I've said this before. You listen the audios and videos of Capo Daniel. Avotanku, those are his spokespeople. And now President Ayamba, who was his military commander. So, brothers and sisters, this guy is distracting us from serious things. But it's good we have this opportunity to explain. So those who have ears to hear can hear. Those who have eyes to see can see. Ayaba cannot be a friend. If he cannot be a friend to his own people in the village, if he cannot be a friend to his own Moyos in Batiba, he will never be a friend. Thank you.